one of the most influential, folks back in the days. I'm sure you must have heard about him, Socrates.
Yeah.
And it's a very beautiful saying about him. He said, when I was young, I wanted to change the world. Okay? So now I'm wise and I'm adopting the ways of the world.
There you go.
So the thing is, let me just translate this in Urdu.
Okay.
He says, मैंने अपने इरादों के टूटने से अपने रब की ज़ात को पहचाना. Okay? So it translates into English like this. I believed in the presence of God by my decisions being broken again and again. If you were not born in the family that you were raised in, and say, for example, you were born in a Jew family or a Buddhist family, would you still have the same relationship with the God that you have today and the belief structure?
Literally last year. And throughout that whole time I was playing baseball, I realized there's more things I could be doing, more skills I could be acquiring, you know what I mean? It felt like I was just stuck in just playing a sport.
All right.
And really the reason why I kept playing baseball, that's what I played, it was because of all the marketing that was going on. Hey, you got to get D1, you got to go to the major leagues. And really I loved the sport, but I also had a passion for business, and I never pursued it up until recently. And I'm glad I kind of stopped playing baseball. I saw that it wasn't going to work out. And so now what I do is I actually coach. I do baseball lessons, and I also do some photography, videography.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So you said you're a coach for your baseball team.
Yeah, baseball coach.
And you were telling me that you are studying at U of H.
Oh, yeah. So I went to, I actually been to 5 different universities.
Okay.
I started off at Blinn because I was trying to play baseball. Then I went to California, Northern California, to go play baseball over there. Didn't work out. Came back to Houston. Attended school in Houston. That didn't work out. And then I attended Lone Star, and I finished my basics. And then after that, that's when I ended baseball. And then I went to U of H. And that's where I am right now.
So what are your majors right now?
So right now I'm doing the entrepreneurship program in Barrett College at U of H.
So you're in the business school?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So what are your plans for your future?
So my plan, I started my own podcast 4 months ago.
Oh, you're a podcaster also?
Yes, sir. I started 4 months ago, and really I fell in love with having conversations like this and just getting people's perspective, viewpoint on things.
So what was the fire actually? What made you start that thing?
Really the fire was I'm tired of not knowing, and I want more knowledge.
You want to learn?
I want to learn. And I was I have to go talk to people. I can't just be in my own little space, my own hole. Gotcha. And you got to get out your comfort zone. And I decided to do it. And that was the fire.
So you wanted to learn the conventional way of literally, people trying to make their literally lives, or you wanted to learn something unconventional actually?
No, I wanted to learn something unconventional. It's literally last week I interviewed a drone guy. He has his own business around flying drones and doing videography shots on drones, right? And stuff like that. It's how did you even think about that, or how did that even work?
So you know how to do drones?
I do. I don't.
You need to have an FAA certification to fly drones.
Yeah,
it's getting pretty hard actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do own literally approximately four drones from DJI. And when I started actually flying drones, it was something that was coming literally throughout straight from the inspiration thing. And I I always wanted to fly.
Yeah.
And
how long will it take to get a certificate?
So to get a certificate, I believe it's you can spend an online good 3 months and $150.
Okay.
And you're gonna get you should be able to get the basics of the FAA certification.
Is it worth it?
It is totally worth it. Right now, actually, they're paying you pretty good money.
Yeah.
So if you're a drone operator, you can easily earn, starting range would be $100,000.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And if you got at least 3 years of experience with that,
more.
Oh, you're talking about at least $150,000, $160,000.
That's exactly why.
And people with, agricultural stuff and, getting into the aerial footages and stuff like that, working for the agencies and, bigger guys. Oh, you're talking about millions of dollars actually, because most of them, they're private contractors.
Yeah, this guy I was talking, who I interviewed on my podcast, his name is, so his Instagram is Do the Flight Thing, right? And he posts tons of videos of his work. And
Really?
It's beautiful, beautiful. And he's been doing it only for like 2 years now. And he's been getting clients here and there, but he's only like...
It's pretty easy to fly a drone. There is no such science actually.
I heard it's like a video game.
It is like a video game.
I never try. You try?
No, I never tried.
Oh, you guys like literally. I do have DJI drones like literally. Make a plan. I would let you do. Get you the experience actually on that. That's not a problem actually. So the thing is, it is really very easy. But the thing is, with the FAA certifications and regulations, they put you like literally into zones that you cannot fly in.
But how do they track it?
So it's all geo-fenced. So they have everything through the satellites. They manage everything through the satellites. Okay. And if they find any flying object getting into the zone, they're gonna literally get to you. And there was that time, like a couple of years back. There's this beautiful park on George Bush. Yeah, it's like approximately 10-15 minutes away from this place. I was flying my drone over there, and like literally 3 cops pulled up. And I was like, I never knew that they came for my drone actually.
And it was a public park.
Yeah, it is a public park actually. He came to me and he said like hey man, I see that control in your hand. Where is your drone? And I said like in the air. And he said, where are you flying? And I said like on that part of the site. He said there is regulation. And I said I don't know man. There is no regulation actually. He said like are you registered? And I said no, I am not registered actually. And he said you need to get it down. Otherwise there is only one thing for you, and that's jail. And seriously, that was something for me actually.
When this thing happened?
A couple of years back.
Oh, okay.
So there are some serious regulations on flying drones, but there is a huge opportunity for the career.
Yeah.
For all the folks who are like literally getting into this shit. Yeah. It is beautiful actually.
But here's the thing: if the new guy, if they bought a drone, he doesn't know the rules, so what they can do?
Oh, so if you're a new guy, you're gonna get a warning for sure. First time, it's gonna be a warning, but if it's a no-fly zone, there are certain apps that you can use before flying a drone. And, for every drone operator, it is kind of a mandatory kind of a thing that you need to have those flying apps. So for me, actually, before you fly, it's the letter B, 4, letter 4, and then fly. So download your application. It's going to give you an idea if you can fly your drone. And, on top of that, they have certain regulations and specifications on the drone sizes also. Okay. If it weighs more than 250 grams, no way. It's definitely going to be a problem for you, actually. If it's under 250, grams, that means like you're going to get a warning.
I heard you can't go over 400 feet on some.
There's a flying,
restrictions.
Altitude limits also.
I don't get why they stopped you if it's a public park.
Well, there's some like literally, they have some fields for the helicopters.
Oh.
So there is that.
They have private airport too.
The private airport actually. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons. Plus, they have their own security and stuff going on over there. Actually, that's one of the reasons they don't want people spying on them.
Do you still fly or like for fun?
Oh man, it's pretty hard for me to like literally cater some time actually. Yeah, I would love to do that.
And after this experience, I can barely don't fly that again.
Probably scared him.
Well, to be very honest with you, I'm not the guy who gets scared pretty easily actually. But the thing is, now like literally there was a very one of the most influential folks back in the days. I'm sure you must have heard about him, Socrates.
Yeah.
And it's a very beautiful saying about him. He said like, when I was young, I wanted to change the world. Okay? So now I'm wise and I'm adopting the ways of the world.
There you go.
So the thing is like literally, when I was young, man, like I never give shit about anything actually. Right. But now it's totally different, man. If it's the law, of course, I was just talking about you. Yeah. You need to follow the law. Okay? Yeah. You need to obey the law, but always look out for the loopholes. Because, that's where you're going to be like literally, making good for yourself.
There you go, yeah.
So you don't have to be like literally a sheep.
Right.
You don't have to follow everything. But the thing is, yes, if you find a loophole, go for it. As long as it's under the Constitution, it's all going to be good for you.
No, you're right.
So, okay.
You heard the news about Queen Elizabeth?
I did actually. She died.
In 96.
96 years old?
Yeah.
96 years old, 7 whole long decades, and like literally, man, that was something. Oh, okay. So the monarchy actually ended. It didn't end actually. Like, it transferred to King Charles now.
King Charles, her son.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Prince of Wales,
Right.
husband of Lady Diana.
Lady Diana, yeah.
One of the most influential and beautiful lady that died back in 1998.
90, yes. That's
How
right.
old are you, Eduardo?
20.
Oh, you're
He
young,
doesn't
man. You
want
don't
that,
know
man.
about
He
anything.
doesn't
So the place where I'm from, actually, it was colonized by the Britishers for approximately 150 years. And, when they left that place back in 1947, they put a partition line, actually. They, like, literally, separated
Indian
a
Pakistan.
huge, beautiful chunk of land, actually, between two countries.
Why'd they do that?
Well, they still do that. It's a beautiful saying, divide and rule. And this is what, like, how the British Empire ruled actually half of the world. So there was time when, like, literally, sun never set, like, literally, on the British Empire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was huge. Like, most of Africa, Southeast Asia, Australia, even United States was, colony of
British colony,
British.
Yeah.
So they used to rule whole of the world. Actually.
All over the world, yeah.
Oh, whole world actually. It was beautiful.
How do you retain this information?
I'm a student of international politics. Plus history actually, always it fascinates me.
Yeah, like I actually love history.
So the thing is, like, the part of the world where I'm from, actually, I was just telling you, it's not about the affluence. It's not about, like, literally, influence. It's all about power. And, if you want to be part of the power, you need to know your stuff. So, like, literally, yes, history is very important. But the thing is, like, because, the kind of information, the kind of education that we get on that part of the world is totally different, actually.
Than here.
It's mostly biased.
Over there.
Yeah, it's mostly biased. So when I moved over here, like, literally, I started, like, literally reading different folks from different backgrounds, from different school of thoughts and, like, literally, belief structures. And I came to know, like, literally, it has to be unbiased before you, like, literally carve yourself into a beautiful person.
Yeah.
So
I'm dealing with that right now, trying not to be biased.
Oh, you've got a long stretch in front of you. Actually, don't you worry about it. It's gonna be like literally, it's gonna be a cyclical behavior. It's gonna take you upside, then it's gonna take you down. Like, literally, So
I can't avoid it.
When I was like, I was your age, I used to say, like, whatever I believe, this is the best belief that I have in my mind, actually. And it can never ever change.
You gotta believe yourself.
But, like, when I turned 24, I was a different guy. 27, I was a totally different guy.
How is it different? Just like life just started punching you, or like?
Well, actually, life treats you like a punching bag. This is what life is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to translate this beautiful saying. We have got a religious cleric that we believe in, Hazrat Ali Rahmatullah Alayh. And he says, like, let me just translate this in Urdu. Okay. He says, मैंने अपने इरादों के टूटने से अपने रब की जात को पहचाना है. Okay? So it translates into English like this. I believed in the presence of God by my decisions being broken again and again.
I believe in the presence. I don't get it.
So whatever you decide, it's not going to happen. So whatever God has, like, literally, structured for you, it is going to happen. You cannot change it. So there, whole of your life, you're going to find two different kind of folks. Okay. So one are totally factual. The other people are totally spiritual. Okay. So if you're a factual kind of a guy, you would always find yourself having a clash with the, spiritual people. Okay?
That's true.
But the spiritual folks, you cannot deny or defy the reality of, like, their existence.
I've seen both sides. Yeah.
You're gonna, like, literally, okay? And this is what's gonna happen and affect your life also again and again. One time you're gonna feel or find yourself, moving towards the factual realities.
Yeah.
And the other moment is going to like literally, it's going to make you move toward the spiritual realities of the world.
Can you stay in the middle?
No, you cannot.
Why?
Because you're a human being. You're a fucking human being. You cannot change yourself. That's the beauty of having emotions. That's the beauty of having flesh and blood and bone. Okay? So when we talk about the AI machines, and, the robotics and stuff like that, they can be on, on one side. You cannot be on a specific one side. You would always move. Trust me, you'll have, like I just said, you'll have a very long stretch in front of you.
Yeah.
It's going to be totally different. It's going to be totally different. Every time, after every couple of years, you'll find yourself in a total different school of thought. Your beliefs will be totally different. And every time you'll feel like that, whatever you believe is the best belief that you have. So, anyhow, it's going to take you in a total different way, actually.
Since you mentioned, since we're on that topic, what do y'all think about, religion? Do y'all believe in something? Do you believe in something?
I'm Muslim. We born in a Muslim, so we believe in Muslim religion.
Yeah, we're both Muslims, born Muslims.
I would say I believe.
What about you?
I believe in God. So I have my own relationship with Him.
So you're not an atheist then?
No.
So do you consider yourself as an agnostic?
So my family. So I was raised as a Pentecostal Christian. Right?
Okay.
But having my own relationship with Him is just.
I'm so sorry. So you said Pentecostal.
Pentecostal. Sorry.
Pentecostal.
Yeah.
Is it similar to Protestants?
I think it's. I don't even know what that. I would say.
So I know they're Catholics. I know they're Protestants. I know they're Jehovah's Witnesses.
It's basically Christian.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I'm Christian. It's just like I base it like I have my own relationship with God. I read the Bible. I read Scripture, and I just have my own relationship with Him. I don't really like being a part of that saying like religion, right? Because for me, it's not a religion. I don't want to treat it like that. For me, it's just like having Him.
Do you have a relationship with Him?
Yeah, I feel like I do.
Do you have any communication with Him?
In terms of like talking with Him?
No,
physically.
It's like I totally understand. But when I say communication, that means like you get symbols, you get like literally, you get feelings when you feel like that you need to talk to someone, and there is some human, a very extremely powerful being.
It's strong. Sometimes.
It's very strong.
It's strong sometimes. Or like when I ask Him something, and like, hey, I need this. Like, what's the decision? Like, what should I do? Or, hey, like, reveal this to me.
Okay.
And like within sometimes maybe days or hours or something. It's just funny how it works. And it's just like we can't be alone.
So normally, what's the outcome actually? Does He listen to you?
Normally, it's not the outcome that I want, but it's the answer that I know He gave me.
Do you feel yourself comfortable
after
having a conversation?
I feel pressure released. I wouldn't say comfortable because I'm still thinking about it. I'm just like, oh my God.
So you feel relieved actually?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a beautiful feeling actually, because normally with whatever the life is treating us the way, like literally we always need a way out for us, like literally to like decompress ourselves, and Allah, God, Yahweh, whatever the name is, Bhagwan, whatever the name you name actually, it helps you out to relieve.
Yes.
And that's the best part of it, actually.
One thing I struggle with, though, is like, there's so many religions. Like, what makes one right from the other? You know what I mean? I know I believe in God. Like, no one's going to change that. But I don't get how one religion can be right.
Before getting into the details, let me just ask you, what makes you think that nobody would be able to change what you believe in right now?
Well, because I know there's a God, and I've felt His presence. So it's like,
so say for example, let me ask you a very simple question.
Yeah.
If you were not born in the family that you were raised in, and say for example you were born in a Jew family, or a Buddhist family, would you still have the same relationship with the God that you have today and the belief structure?
Probably not. Yeah, no, that wouldn't happen.
Why?
I wouldn't know Him.
So let me ask you again. if you were born in a different family, and today you have come to an understanding, whatever you believe in today is just because of the given like gift of the society to you. Now, if something comes to you again with a total different frame structure and makes you believe in it, wouldn't that like literally change your whole life and the whole belief structure?
Yeah, it would. But my whole life I grew up in a Christian household. In my whole life, I despised the Christianity, right? Like I was almost an atheist, I would say. But little by little, I saw like I can't do all of this on my own. Like there needs to be something higher than me. Like I don't want to have ego. I don't want to have none of this. There has to be something higher than me. And then by myself, I made my own conclusion that there is a God. And I'm not saying like Christianity is like above everything. I'm just saying I know that I have a relationship with him. I know that he's my God, right? And so that's the only answer I can give you. Like
that's the most beautiful answer, actually. Like if anyone can give, because this is what you need to believe in. Yeah. There's a beautiful saying that you don't need to change what your belief is, and you don't like literally degrade or detreat anyone's belief.
Yeah, I never do that. I don't want to do that. Yeah,
nobody needs to do that actually. So whatever you believe is, everybody needs to respect that.
But why do we do it now? Why do you think people are doing it now?
It's about like literally, I was just telling you, okay, so United States of America is distributed in like literally, 3 big chunks. The left, the liberal, and the right. Okay, so the right is all about conservatism. The right is all about God. The right is all about Bible. Mm-hmm. Old Testament or New Testament, whatever the belief structure is, okay, it's all about, the whole nation under one God. Mm-hmm. Liberals, on the other hand, they have mixed values. They believe in God.
Some don't.
They don't believe in God. They have atheists in them. They have agnostics in them.
It's like everything.
They want the world to believe in them. Okay? They want to prove themselves. They want to have a meaningful life. And this is what liberalism is all about. Because liberalism is progressivism. Progressivism is modernism. Modernism is like literally, whatever is happening in the world right now, I need to adopt all of that. Mm. So if you want to do that, if you say that you are a Republican or a right-winger or whatever you are, no, you're not, my friend. You're a liberal guy. Because, everything...
You think liberal is good?
I think everything is good.
Whatever they like to follow.
I think if you believe that you're a right-winger and you're not like literally, your life is not affecting someone in a very negative way. You're not being part of racism. You're not being part of like literally a superior authority. You're not being part of something that makes you feel proud of being what you are. I believe that you are like literally, you have the best belief structure. Mm-hmm. So then comes the left. Left is a total different beast, man. Left is a total fucking different belief. So left does not have any values when it comes to history. Mm. Left believes, this is not, please don't take it in a negative way. Mm-hmm. Left is not about conservatism. Left is not even about liberalism. Left is all about self-centricism. Mm. Left is all about the new theory. The new theory of races being all together. Left is all about like, okay, so if you're an Asian guy, you're not superior to me. You're a black guy. Whatever happened to you in the past, we like literally, we feel sympathy for you. Okay, we're going to like literally talk about it also. And we're going to make sure that whoever goes against it, we're going to make them like literally feel bad about it. Okay? So left is doing some pretty good jobs also. Left is like, okay, let me ask you. Mm. I'm going to come back to the leftism also. What do you guys think about abortion?
Abortion? Damn,
are you a pro-life guy or a standard, no man, it's up to the ladies. They believe in it. They can.
I've thought about this religiously and then in my own belief, like my own thing. And I still believe like, I don't know, man. It's hard because if it's younger than a month. And like, there's nothing. Like, there's a seed, right? There's something's there,
Right.
but it's not. It's not.
I'm against it. I don't like to do abortion.
You don't like to do. You're a pro-life guy.
I don't want.
Okay, let me just put it in a very different way.
What if the woman was raped?
Yes.
That's what I don't.
What if the woman was a 14 years old kid
Exactly.
who got raped?
Yeah.
And she
Sounds
hid
fair.
the whole reality from the family. Actually, she was scared of the whole shit. She never reported that incident to anyone. What you gonna do about it then?
Yeah, that's what I deal with in my head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but still, the baby, he don't know, she don't know what was happening with my mom, But
So you think if it's a kid of that age that got raped and she like literally hid it from the family, and after a couple of months when everything is getting prominent, she told her family and the family said, now you need to get an abortion. You don't have to like literally raise a kid that doesn't like literally came out of wedlock or out of love or out of your like literally, whatsoever. So do you think it is justifiable to kill the baby or not? Yes or no?
Kill the baby is not justified, Baby doesn't know about that, right?
So, okay. You said killing is not justifiable.
Yeah.
And you said, okay, you're in the middle of the whole thing, actually. You cannot decide, actually.
It'd be up to. I think you would leave it up to the family. I think it's justifiable.
Let's talk about what mankind has done for the last 1,000 years. We have gone to crusades. We have gone to wars. We have done genocide. We have killed millions and millions of people in the name of experiments. We have done like literally, financial distresses on like literally nations. We have broken countries. We have done every shit that a human mind can imagine. We've been extremely brutal.
That time, because...
But now, we're still doing it actually. Whatever is happening in Afghanistan, whatever is happening in Syria, whatever is happening is like literally, in those part of the world, like literally, we don't even want to talk about right now.
Yeah.
So whatever is happening in right now between Russia and Ukraine, actually. So this is war, this is murder, this is genocide, actually. We're killing people. And it's not about like, a 2-month-old baby, 3-month-old baby. It's a mature, grown-up man that we are talking about. A woman that we are talking about, actually. A mature man having thoughts, feelings, everything. So my thing is, now I'm coming to the point, actually.
Okay.
So the third aspect of whatever is happening right now in the world is left. So the left has a total different policy. Left believes that everyone should have a choice of making a decision, whatever suits you in a favor that helps you in the long run. If it does not, you should have the choice to decide whether if it suits you or not. So, left has its own pluses and, negatives.
Yeah.
Liberals are in the middle, and then conservatism. So the United States of America is actually distributed in, these three chunks. As long, I personally believe that, it's going to take some time for us to understand how these mindsets, how these ideologies actually, they're going to affect the whole structure around us. And to be very honest with you, whatever, Americans, because, America has been always a trendsetter.
Yeah.
So, yes, this is the fact.
True.
It is true. So, if United States of America decides to adopt leftism, the whole world is going to convert into leftism.
Yeah.
And trust me, all the Christian Catholics, all the Muslims, all the Jews, they will be converting into left.
Oh, wow.
And this is what's going to happen. Because, if you've gone through the, the theory of millennials, people who were born, after 1982, millennials have a total different thought process, actually. They don't believe in the customs that we have been following for a very long time. They don't. They don't want to be in, long-term jobs. Yeah. They don't want to be in contracts.
My aunt has just been realizing it. Like, she doesn't want to do this. Like, she's 38, and she's already like, Yeah, no. And everybody that's around that age, I see them all on TikTok, and they're all thinking the same thing. And it's like, we're not doing this anymore. And I'm just like, oh, wow, dang.
So United States has always been the land of opportunities for people who believe in, the most beautiful place on on this planet that has been providing, millions and millions of people. And there is a dream, American dream, that everybody literally, loves to talk about.
Yeah.
And that dream is you get a 9-to-5 job. You get yourself, your family, a house that you call a home afterwards. Okay. You save a huge chunk of money. And then literally, you retire after 65. But when it comes to millennials, they don't want to do 9-to-5 jobs. When it comes to millennials, they don't want to literally get into any kind of contract with home buying stuff.
Yeah.
They always need to be on the move. That's what they believe in. And after that, what they believe in is you don't even need to be in a social contract that's called a marriage.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they want power spouses.
It's like that right now.
This is what the reality is. The millennials, they don't need to be in the social contracts because, this has been very much literally, it's been witnessed.
Think about Gen Z.
Gen Z, yeah.
It's worse.
Worse and worse. Yeah.
I know that because I am.
You're a Gen Z, actually.
Yes.
So tell us about Gen Z, actually.
Oh my God. So the way we're thinking is we're going based off millennials, right?
Mm-hmm.
And really, we're thinking almost the same exact thing. We don't believe in these contracts, right? And it's now it's all, even in relationships, it's just oh, go on to the next one. Oh, on to the next one. Have sex with this person. Next one. And it's just I really don't think this is. I think we're gonna recognize, we're gonna see that what we're doing is not right. Men are becoming more feminine, and women are becoming more masculine. It's what's going on right now? You see what I mean? I don't get it.
Isn't that the part of evolution that we've been talking about for a very long time?
Have we?
Have we not? Because let me talk about the Neanderthals, actually. Do you know about them?
No.
So humans have been walking on the face of this planet for millions of years.
Okay.
So, we are part of Homo sapiens.
Mm-hmm.
So, the kind of genes that we have with our ancestors, it's a little different from, the kind of the fossils that we've been getting from, different parts of the world, actually. Mm-hmm. And those fossils have been backdated to approximately 1 million years, 50,000 to 1 million years ago. Mm-hmm. And all of those folks, they are Neanderthals.
What is that?
Our early ancestors were Neanderthals, actually.
What's that?
This was approximately 0.001% difference in the DNA.
Oh.
They were the finest form of chimpanzees, actually, before us.
Jesus.
Okay? So we evolved from Neanderthals. And when we were Neanderthals, we were 3.5 feet tall. We were all hairy. We were all hunchbacks. And we were literally, it was a total different thing. But now, over the period of time, the evolution has brought us into a very different form, actually. We are taller. We are smarter. We are more flexible, actually. We do critical stuff, like critical thinking. This is the best part of being a human being, actually. Literally, you're doing the critical thinking thing. So we are building stuff. We are patronizing, we are politicizing, we are doing the power games, we are doing a lot of other stuff, actually. Neanderthals, they didn't do all of that shit. So, over the period of time, we have evolved. And the cycle of evolvement never stopped. And this is what I am thinking right now. So, Gen Z says that men are converting into women. If not women, that a feminine touch is about to literally been adopted actually by them.
Yeah.
So I personally believe this is what you call as the process of evolution.
But is it right?
Oh,
I don't know.
Tabish, you tell us, is it right or not? I'm gonna get into the details later.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know that much about Gen Z.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So this has always been a very, influential part of my personality when it comes to like literally, genders.
Mm-hmm.
And, now doctors have been talking about, okay, so during the time of birth, the child had a lot of complications and, it should have like literally addressed at that time. And we should have like really done something about it. But, since they didn't do anything about it, and some states over here, they have their, very strict laws and stringent laws that like literally, if you don't have the consent of the baby, you cannot do anything about it. So this is funny. This is kind of funny. So, yeah, this is
really?
Yeah. It's
crazy.
Okay, so
Crazy, yeah.
if a kid or a child is born with some kind of deformity and it cannot be addressed at the time of birth, it's going to stay with him. By the time he gets to a decision-making age or puberty, and, at that time, the child says, okay, from inside, I believe that I feel like that I'm a woman, but I have, like, my private parts are, like, totally different.
Yeah.
And then, like, literally, they run to the, the doctors and, they need to, like, literally take that thing off.
So you think people are born gay?
No, there are two different things, actually, now. In that, ideological structure, I totally believe people need to understand that there is something that has to do with the psychological behavior of mankind. Yeah. And then there is something that needs to do with the biological character of mankind. So when I talk about the biological character, that means there is a deformity in your body and that needs to be addressed. That needs to be fixed. But when it comes to psychological behavior or something that you believe inside your head that you're not, I think totally that, that is a problem for us. That is a problem for us. And we have been like literally divided into that part where like half of the nation, half of the people who believe, and to be very honest with you, LGBTQ does not represent gays only.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's a mix of lot of other belief structures.
Did you see that study where it's like almost every like decade, the like basically like gay people are like they're doubling.
Yeah.
Like in our like in the United States they're doubling. So by that time it's like 2030, 2040, we're all gonna be gay. Supposedly. That's what I saw. I know it was a joke, but I mean it's doubling and you can't not deny that. You can't deny that.
You know what? I still remember when I was growing up, I was like 3 or 4 years old. I was playing with dolls. Mm-hmm. And, I have my siblings. I have a sister. Like, literally, she had the dolls. And, in our family, my father was pretty much strict about it. Okay, so the boys, they need to play with their toys. They cannot mess with the girl toys. Mm-hmm. So the dolls are considered to be, the feminine thing. Yeah. And, the boys, they don't need to play with them. And, I was very much into dolls. I don't know why. But, like, they always have fascinated me back in the days. And I wanted to play with them. And my father, like, literally, he was, like, literally on my ass again and again. You fucking need to stay away from these dolls. And one fine day, he lost his temper on me, actually. Oh. I was 3 or 4 years old. I still remember. And, like, literally, he started beating the shit out of me. And, like, that was the last day I touched the dolls. And I still believe, I believe that if my father hadn't taken that decision that day, I would have been a different guy, actually, today. So, I personally believe, if you're not going to literally teach, educate, instruct, or tame, specifically this word, tame your kids about whatever needs to be done or whatever needs to be addressed, they're going to take advantage of it. They're going to believe what they're not. So you need to tell them that, like, literally, this is what it is. So this is what has been, like, literally recorded according to the psychological behaviors. If you're not going to talk about it, they're going to start. Okay, so there is one more point. In favor of those people who believe that, this all thing is all right. If there is a biological woman who has fallopian tubes, and she can like literally produce a baby, and inside of her head she believes that like literally she's not a woman, she's a man, and she should be considered a woman, a man, sorry, and she should be given a pronoun about it and stuff like that. Let me ask you, okay, so if there is a serial killer outside in the world who believes that like literally, you know, it is his moral responsibility to at least fucking murder 3 people every day of his life, that will make him like literally the best person on the face of this planet. Would it be like literally justifiable for you guys to like literally say that whatever he's doing it right?
No.
But nowadays they don't let us say a lot of things. We get canceled. You know what I mean? We can't speak like it's just accepted. You just gotta accept it.
So what you gonna do? Are you gonna stop saying?
No.
You're gonna be afraid of the cancel culture?
No. Well, no. You can't be.
Well, the thing is, okay, so if they're gonna cancel you, what's gonna happen then?
Well, what happened to Andrew Tate?
Well, did you just listen to Patrick Bet-David? He just interviewed him for 5 fucking straight hours.
Oh, I haven't. It's on.
It's not on air actually right now. He just posted like yesterday.
Oh wow, I'm gonna watch that.
Oh man, like you can like literally cancel Donald Trump.
He was canceled.
But can you?
On Twitter?
Can you?
No, not really.
No, you cannot actually.
Yeah.
There are folks actually following him all over the world. They would love to listen to him. And to be very honest with you, my president today is Biden. I don't listen to him. Somehow whenever he's online, like literally, doing his speeches and everything, every fucking morning, I'm up around 6:30 in the morning.
You never listen to him?
Yeah, 9:30, my channels from ABC and Fox and like literally all of these channels, they start broadcasting like, okay, so the president is right now doing this, press conference and doing that and doing this. So, to be very honest with you, if it's Biden, I don't listen to him. But there is no charm to the whole beautiful thing actually. But if it was Trump, then I would wait for that time to come and like literally, I would like literally wait for, all of these meetings and conferences actually for Trump. Because there is something very strong about him. I don't know. I love to listen to him. I don't know why.
Because he doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a shit, man.
He doesn't care.
Yeah. So there is no point actually. So I believe, you can cancel. You can cancel. And this is the worst part of left actually. I hate about it. Other than that, yeah, left is good. Left is alright. But left has this weapon of cancel culture and fucking hate about it.
So what you follow?
Or what do I follow?
Yeah.
Oh, in terms of what?
Liberal, right, left.
So, to be very honest with you, if I categorize myself as a liberal, it's going to be a problem for my religious beliefs. If I say I follow the right, people would start categorizing me as someone who is a conservative. Okay? I would rather die instead of being called a conservative. I'm not a conservative because for me, science is everything. And if science is everything for me, then, the only window for me that's open is left. And to be very honest with you, whatever left is teaching us, and, right now we just talked about the cancel culture actually. This is what I don't have. So, I do not know actually. Maybe I'm a liberal. I'm a liberal guy.
After this, I listen to you. You're a liberal.
I'm a liberal guy actually.
What about you?
I definitely think I am liberal.
You're a liberal guy?
I mean, yeah.
What about you?
For me, none of the above.
None of the above. So, if none of the above, where do you stand?
Just like neutral,
Just like a neutral.
I mean, I would have gave that answer, but I feel like liberal's in the middle, so I just gave liberal.
I mean, I respect everyone what they believe, but for me, I'm still.
Yeah, I would rather not have a label, but I mean, at the same time, you have to. Well, you don't have to, but if I were to categorize,
you don't need to have a liberal label or leftist label or rightist label actually. But the thing is, like, the world is getting into pronouns. So, if the world is getting into pronouns, you need to know where you belong or where you stand.
So if someone classifies themselves like as I saw this the other day. It's like if somebody believes they are the shit, right? You know how like gay people they say like, oh, when they're biologically a man, and then they say I'm a female, right? And they categorize themselves as a female. So you have to abide by like the pronoun, right? You have to say whatever a she. You have to speak in she, right? Right. So what if someone says like, oh, you have to call me sexy because that's what I am. You see what I mean? So can we just do that? Like, do you believe in like are you going to learn every type of pronoun, and are you going to just like try to please everyone by everything you say? Or like, does that matter to you at all? Or like, you see what I'm trying to get at or no?
So before the start of our conversation, we were just talking about the society and the influence of the culture.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to be an average folk, it is mandatory for you to follow the society.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And if the society dictates you to like literally, perform a certain or specific norm, then it is a must for you to do that. I do not consider myself as an average guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I do not consider myself as an average guy, then it means that, there are certain things that I do not like to follow about the society. Or whatever the society's been like literally teaching me, or like literally, indoctrinating into my mind actually. So, but the thing is, you cannot avoid the structure that you have around you. You cannot isolate yourself, disassociate yourself with the folks around you. And I personally believe that to be a healthy part of society, you cannot express yourself fully. So, okay, so that is an unfortunate kind of a thing. But to be very honest with you, I believe that when the Constitution says that everybody has, the freedom of expression, the freedom of, free speech and everything, it should be the way it says. And
but that doesn't mean you have to like use every word that somebody feels like they are. You see what I mean? That doesn't mean you have to abide by that. Like,
well, the thing is, if it's in the majority and you see senior people doing all of that shit,
you're gonna have to do it.
Listen, hear me out. If it's in majority and you're gonna find, senior people doing all of that shit, then it would be nice for you to follow or respect their opinion. But if it's coming from the youth and you feel like that, this is against the law, man, trust me on that. You need to stay away from that shit.
Yeah.
To be very honest with you. Because, it's not going to make any sense. It's not going to make any sense. And you're going to find the ramifications of all of that bullshit, like, after like 4 or 5 years. So if it's coming from an experienced guy, if it's horses shit or it's bulls shit, take it. Whatever it is.
This thing is going to hurt you,
Let me just play some sound actually on it. No, this was not the one actually I was looking for. This was the one.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you just take it in. Yeah, you're right.
This is the society actually. You have to stay with this society. You cannot leave them. You cannot stay away from them. You cannot part yourself from them. When you find that that fire inside you, it's definitely going to be like literally the first opposition that you're going to get is from your family, then your friends. And to be very honest with you, are you willing to pay that price? If it is so, nobody can stop you actually, and you're going to be the one like literally creating the difference actually. You are the one who is doing the critical thinking. You have a lot of burden on your shoulders. So to be very honest with you, if you have that, like literally, if you have those guts, you have those balls, man, kudos to you. Trust me. Otherwise, lay low and go with the flow.
Lay low with the flow. Quote that.
So tell us about yourself, man. Okay, so we've talked about LGBTs, we have talked about the left, the right, and the liberals, and like literally, we've talked about your school.
And we talked about Trump, then Biden.
Yeah. What about you, man? What about your future plans? What you planning on doing? Actually, you said you are coaching right now.
Yes, so. I'm doing some baseball coaching, right? But really, baseball coaching, I had a passion for it.
What you coach? Are you coaching as a pitcher or?
Basically infield and hitting. Yeah. So basically, I had a passion for it, but now I'm realizing it's just a sport. It's just a game, right?
It is a game.
It's not life. It's not everything, right? And I used to think it was everything.
For sure.
But and I don't have a passion for it anymore. I teach and I like because I like helping, right? Okay. So, and I make money, so it's like it's a win-win, right? But I do not want to do that for the rest of my life. I started a podcast, and talking to people, I realized I really like having conversations and learning from these people. Mm-hmm. Whether it's like one idea I learn, it's a different perspective. And so now that I'm thinking for the rest of my life, I think I just want to learn, and just soak up things.
Learning should be everything for you. Man.
Yeah,
everything. Every day is a learning day.
Yeah, this is like literally. I learn. I started working on it. Back in the day, somebody told me, okay, so when you sleep, do you feel contented? I said, what the fuck do you mean, man? He said, did you learn something today? And, if you're doing your regular shit, your job, or, if you're into money-making business, you're doing the same shit, the monotony, it's not breaking up. And you question to yourself, seriously, yeah, man, I do have a lot of public relationing. I do know a lot of people. I'm making literally shit tons of money. I'm doing everything. But did I learn anything today? And fuck, man, that was an eye-opener for me, actually. And since that day, actually, this should be something. I try to work on it every day. That, before you go to your bed, you need to ask your question. What was the deal of the day? Did you learn something today? Whether it should be literally, a very small, letter. Or the meaning of something.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, you need to learn something, man. You don't need to be literally, okay, so by pull down or monotony is the silent killer, actually. Smoking, fucking is not a silent killer, actually. Booze is not the killer, and monotony is the killer.
Yeah.
So you all need to break the monotony, actually.
Continue learning forever.
You're learning, yeah. Every second.
Hey, let's just talk about the cricket. What's happening with the cricket, man?
Oh, we had a final tomorrow. Pakistan versus Sri Lanka.
Eduardo, I don't know whether you know about it or not, but that part of the world is fucking crazy about cricket, man. I'm sure, because in the United States, it's different actually. When it comes to baseball and football, and to be very honest with you, when I moved to the United States, for me, football is something that you play with the foot. Fucking foot. Okay. All of my life, I've watched soccer.
We had a good football team, not American football. We had
we have a good football team.
Yeah.
So it's a soccer, but all of my life, I knew that it was something that has to be played by the foot. And,
and over here, it's by the hand.
It's just totally different. This is what you should be calling rugby, actually. This is rugby. Rugby with the armor.
It's a British game. It's come by British,
Who rugby was first, right?
Yeah, rugby was first, actually.
Yeah, rugby was first.
So, the part of the world that we are from, Southeast Asia, that part of the world is huge for cricket. Yeah. Man, last cricket game, if you have watched that last cricket game, you would know what they were doing on that stadium thing, man. All the spectators, they were fighting among each other, actually. They were fucking throwing cheers, actually.
Each other, yeah.
And the crowd was what? How big was the crowd?
I think more than maybe more than 45,000 people.
For a cricket game? What happened?
45 to 50,000 people, actually.
My bad, yeah.
That's a lot of people.
That's literally the crowd that you get in the NRG arena. Yeah. It's approximately 40,000 folks.
Jesus. Yeah,
just imagine 10 fucking more thousand people actually fighting with each other, throwing cheers and everything, actually.
Because actually we play Pakistan versus Afghanistan. The Afghanistani people, when they get defeat, they don't take that. They take it as a person,
Okay, that's the thing with sports, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's throat cutting thing, actually. They it's something
they take personally,
Well, here
after politics, after religion,
sports.
It's sports.
That's how it is. I think that's how it is.
It's everywhere, actually. It's everywhere. But you're not gonna find that thing actually over here. You're gonna find a lot of fights actually. In ice hockey.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, they fucking literally punch each other like.
Over here, Longhorn, which is Haggis. They are big rivals.
Really? Yeah. I know.
I see the fight, you know.
Do you watch ice hockey?
I used to, not now actually. I don't get a lot of time actually to watch all these sports.
Me neither.
I used to follow Sabres.
Really?
What I do, I just watch the game recap. It's like 3 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
And that's the only thing I can do because it's too long. These games are way too long.
Right.
But the thing is, like, man, you need to watch cricket actually. Tomorrow it's going to be a final. And what time is it?
9 a.m.
So it's what? It's like championship?
Oh, yeah. It's Asia Cup.
Asia Cup. Like do or die situation.
Oh, okay.
Asia Cup. Two huge teams between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. They're about to get into the finals actually.
You know, the Sri Lanka thing, I mean, they're pretty broke, right now, in worldwide.
Oh, they're going through the financial depression.
But now still they play, the way they play, there's a good motivation.
With a lot of passion.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man. Yeah. Amazing. That stuff is amazing. Totally amazing.
They're in the final, you said?
Yeah,
they're in the finals, man.
Yeah.
So Pakistan and Sri Lanka, they're both in finals, and tomorrow, I believe.
They're both a good team, but
I will
support Pakistan, of course.
Well, I support the game, actually.
Yeah. I support the game. They are a good team,
So some of my folks actually, like, my friends, they're having like literally, get together at their place, and,
let's go watch it.
Yeah, he asked me like literally, okay, so can you be at my place early in the morning around 8? And I said, fuck no, man. I can't do that shit, man.
It'd be the fun.
Oh, yeah, because there's different times over there. Yeah.
Right? No, over here. They're asking me to come over here like, 8 in the morning. I can't do that shit. There you go.
In our country is a night time, but here is a morning.
Yeah, that's what I was like saying. It's different times. You gotta get up early.
Right. Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun. Actually,
we are crazy for cricket.
We are really crazy.
It's kind of big here too. We're not big, but you can see a couple like.
You cannot be big, actually. To be very honest with you, let me tell you why. Do you see kids playing in the street with a baseball?
Okay, no, never. That's not gonna happen anytime soon.
And trust me, like literally, kids over there on the streets, they play cricket all the time. Actually. They play football barefoot.
We used to.
Barefoot on the streets.
Well, at least I used to. When I was like 7, there was barely, the social media was barely coming out. The iPod was barely coming out. I used to play soccer on the street barefoot.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
In my neighborhood.
Man.
Yeah, we would play all types of games. Tag. We play baseball. Everything. Not naked. Sorry. Barefoot.
So this was happening like what, back in 2006, 7?
Yeah, exactly.
2004, 5, 6.
But once we got phones, right.
They play cricket.
Oh yeah, we're playing for.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been fun actually. It's been really fun.
We play anywhere in Pakistan.
What if they hit somebody?
What?
It looked like it was gonna hit something. It's like somebody over there.
Oh, it's no one get hurt by the ball.
Okay. Oh, it's softball.
Yeah, it's a softball.
So this was fun. We enjoyed. Eduardo, it was a pleasure having you on the podcast, man. Thank you very much for being here, man.
Join us, man. Thank you. I appreciate you joining us.
I have like one last thing to tell you.
I want you to shout out your channel.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So my channel, the way you're gonna find it is if you type in edx creates, EDX, and then CREATES, edx creates.
Okay.
But the podcast is called Wealth Society. I think YouTube is just like changing the username. It takes a couple of days. But
Okay.
it's called Wealth Society. Yeah, and we just talk all things business and.
You just found one more subscriber actually.
Hey,
there you go, my boy.
Before we close, we have 2 winners.
Oh, 2 winners from the last week actually. Okay, so you have their names?
Yeah, I have two names is Saima Hassan and other name is Muhammad Zafar.
So I don't know whether you know about it, but we were doing a giveaway on our podcast.
Oh wow.
So we've been doing it for the last 4 episodes. Hey. Initially we started with $50 a giveaway. We had 3 contestants on every podcast, and now we have $10. We reduced it to $10.
Uh-huh.
So, but still, this is interesting actually,
Right.
So for our viewers, actually, thank you very much for viewing us. You wanted to say something.
Yeah. So I wanted to hit the topic one more time about abortion and stuff.
Okay.
Do you think that's happening because we're running out of, we're not having as many kids, so the government decided to place that on us, the government decided to abolish allowing kids to be killed.
Okay, so I don't know whether you know about it or not, but there are some places on the face of this planet that they're literally, they're paying you to move over there if you're young. first of all. So there is a small town in Italy. It goes by the name of Sicily, if I'm not wrong.
I know that.
Yeah. They're offering you like $25,000 a year
to move.
Yeah, if you move over there. Then there are some places in South America, and there's one more place. Actually, I'm forgetting it actually. So there are like 4 or 5 major cities, like literally very well developed and very well civilized cities. Actually, they're paying you actually to come over there and like literally find a beautiful bride for yourself over there, and then they're gonna pay you to settle down over there.
So they're gonna pay me to go to Italy.
Yes. So the thing is, okay. So
you wanna go?
It's all about the policies. Yeah. So it's all about the policies, and to be very honest with you, I believe population is going to be a huge problem for the coming days. Currently, we don't have that issue right now. So we have approximately 330 to 340 million people living, in the United States. It's a huge country. It's a huge land filled with a lot of resources, filled with a lot of mineral resources. And, I personally believe that we do not have that problem that Southeast Asian region has right now. Instead of having this issue over here in States, Southeast Asian region dominant people and governments, they need to take that thing seriously when it comes to population control.
I heard Elon, I mean, yeah, we don't have that problem to an extent, but I heard Elon Musk talking about it. Like, he's trying to have as many kids as possible because he sees the future, like we're not having as many kids.
Yeah. So, I totally agree with you on that actually. Yeah. So, but the thing is, again, coming to your question, okay, so if you're a millennial, it's the ideology that's stopping you from having kids.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. The government's intervention is very less on that. So, if you're living in Canada, so Canadians have a total different point of view on that thing. They have a huge land and a very less population.
Yeah.
They want a lot of folks over there. They want to populate it.
Plus, the Canada have good welfare system too.
And to be very honest with you, welfare system is a very good system actually for the people. But, we talked about weak times create strong men. Strong men create weak times. And then weak times create... strong times create weak men.
Yeah.
So, it's a cycle. I personally believe, all those countries that... right now providing you welfare, systems, and, they're like literally helping you out with, all the funds that they can actually, okay. So they want to substitute their women, okay. So you want to, you want to go with the Planned Parenthood, route. You don't want to raise your kids with, with the father. It's up to you. Nobody gives a shit about it. Okay. The state is going to take care of it. Man, to be very honest with you, welfare state sounds pretty good, but when it comes to like literally, creating a nation, an ideological nation,
doesn't work.
You are literally polluting or poisoning that nation. So, I totally disagree with all that shit, man. I personally believe a man should work.
What's the best country in the world?
Right now, United States of America. And the reason is, everybody wants to say like, okay, man, United States of America is a capitalist state. It's a creditarian state. It's like, it's a... Man, to be very honest with you, it's a mixed culture. It's a mixed economy. You know how to make money. You want to make money. And you want a system that supports you in making money. This is heaven on earth for you.
And there's a place your dream come true. Whatever you have dreamed, it's come true here.
Yeah, for sure. So, all hands down to United States of America. No doubt about it, man.
Do you think China is going to pass this ever?
It's a communist state. It's a communist country heading into capitalism.
They did one time, just like maybe 2 years ago. Almost. Remember?
They've been trying it for a very long time.
Right, they've been long time.
I personally believe that, China and Russia, including India, they're huge contenders actually for the race of this superpower thing. And, you never know. Right now, United States of America is going through a financial crunch. It's a huge financial crunch. People are scared of, even talking about it. They don't have the wills or the walls to talk about it. But the thing is, if they wouldn't, or they couldn't sustain the dollar, it's going to be a huge problem for American economy. and not for the American economy. It's for the the monopolized dollar that we have. We might lose it. So if we lose dollar, that means we lose the supremacy. And if we lose supremacy, that means
what's happening?
What's happening?
So we would convert into.
Then we're gonna have a Bitcoin.
We already have Bitcoin actually. It's not just about the Bitcoin actually. You would be amazed if I tell you that in 2023 they're about to open FedNow, and FedNow is going to adopt something other than Bitcoin, based on an Ethereum platform.
Oh, wow.
So yes, and trust me, if you're working on Ethereum based coins, altcoins or meme coins whatsoever, trust me, look at the projects, and if something looks appealing to you or appalling to you, man, just get your hands into it. Trust me, it's going to pay you off.
And one last question. What advice can you give to people going straight into college, or 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds? What's one piece of advice you can give?
I know that's the kind of question.
It's a selfish question, but I would like to know.
It works different for everyone. It worked different for me actually. But the only thing that I can tell you is keep struggling, keep drilling, keep trucking. Let nobody tell you what needs to be done in your life. You need to handle your life. You need to be the one driving the force that literally, that's going to make things happen for you in your life. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. If it's for money should not be a primary, focus for you.
I agree.
Here's the thing: run for success. Don't run for money. Money come behind you. If you run for success, that's to be supposed to be have your focus on success. If you run for money, guess what? You never be success.
I agree.
So, I'm not that philosophical guy. I cannot give that point of view. So to be very honest with you, I believe everybody has a different structure.
Yeah.
And for you also, for me also, I need to literally work according to the means of my words, because words are very powerful.
Okay, here's the example. Sorry, I interrupt you. Here's the example. I mean, we have a lot of money. Like tomorrow, maybe we are multi-time billionaire, right?
Yeah.
One day we all die, right?
Yeah.
No one take the money with us, right?
Yeah.
No one, right? So do the thing what you success so people can remind you for forever, Because a lot of names, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, they're still alive, right? That's time, big example. People talk about him, right? I mean, still, right?
Because of what he did.
The way he did for success, right?
So let me just put some claps. Thank you, Tabish. So we've talked about it. What about you, man? What advice would you give
To 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds?
to the young people and the old people also?
Okay.
Let's just do it. Don't give advice to the young people. Give advice to the old people.
Yeah. I would say I guess just try to understand and be at peace, and just try to love regardless of what's going on. And I would say also try to pass as much information as you can to someone else, as much as knowledge as possible as you can, because we're confused out here. A lot of people don't know what the hell's going on. So I would say for the older generation to really do their job and really spread their wisdom, right? Because we want to know, because we're getting all our wisdom from other people. And sometimes they're our age and they don't know what the hell's going on, right? So that's the biggest thing I would say. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, folks. So this was all for the day. Actually, we enjoyed having a conversation with Eduardo, Tabish. And Tabish, you wanted to say something?
We have a quiz for this week.
What question do you have for our audience?
The question is today: what's the capital of India?
What is the capital of India? Yes. You guys need to comment literally, crazy in the comment section. Let us know what is the capital of India. And you might be the lucky winner for the next week, actually. So for now, we'll be heading our way out.
Make sure to subscribe our channel.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.
And follow Eduardo also.
Yes,
Eduardo,
sure.
your channel again.
Wealth Society. The only way you can find it is if you type in edX Creates.
edX Create.
edX Creates. All right, guys. See you next week. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace. Bye.
Peace.